nice to get this from him. I've known him since my Reservoir Dogs days at the film festivals. Your whole family, they were lovely. Hey everybody, this is really, really terrific. I actually have to say, I really appreciate getting an award from Australian film critics for the simple fact that, as some of you may know, I consider myself an authority on Australian cinema. I'm actually one of the world authorities on Australian cinema. Not just Anthony Iganane movies, but I mean all of Australian cinema. I mean, not to brag. I have a 16mm print in my house of a Rika stockade. Just saying. Just saying. Aldo Ray's Four Desperate Men, also known as the bombing of Sydney Harbor. Got that. 16mm, black and white. Anyway, what I was going to say, thank you for this award. I really appreciate it, and I accept this as the director and as representing everybody else who made the movie. Since I'm talking to a bunch of Aussies, why don't I tell you really another interesting story, all right, that has a little Australian lineage to it. Okay, so this is not really 100% known, but I decided to fill you guys in. I haven't told this story yet, so this is a brand new story. All right, what exactly happened to Rick Dalton after the events of the movie? A lot of people want to know. And I've been kind of coy, but, you know, of course I know exactly what happened. And I'm going to tell you one of the things. Okay. So, he didn't become a big movie star, but he got a couple more lead roles, like in 1970, 1971. But one of the things that he did, where he finally got some, real success again, and it was, pretty comfortable for him, is he went to Australia. And he starred in a syndicated TV show for Australian television, but that actually played in a couple other places too. The show, wanna know what it is? It's called Dingo Dan. Now, Dingo Dan, he's an American. You know, he's Rick Dalton. He's an American. He's not trying to be an Aussie. All right, he's an American who lives in Australia. He's a truckie. He's a truckie. Drives a truck. And he drives through Australia. Then in the pilot episode, his buddy, the older guy that got him into the truck driving business in the first place, he gets killed. And so then Dingo Dan actually ends up solving the mystery about who killed his partner. And then, as he's driving his truck, he actually starts thinking, well, I'm pretty good at this kind of solving mysteries kind of thing. Maybe I should do this full time. And that's how the show is. It's a show about a detective truckie who drives throughout Australia. His name is Dingo Dan. And he's got a pet dingo who sits in the truck with him as his little sidekick, and the dingo's name is Marsha. And that's what Rick Dalton did. And not only that, so he did that show starting in '74. And it went off the air, but it was on for about 3 years. So it went off the air, but that means that all the terrific actors from the late 70s and the early 60s, before there actually was a film industry in Australia, guested on Dingo Dan. I mean, Jack Thompson did an episode of Dingo Dan. Tony Bonner did an episode of Dingo Dan. Wendy Hughes at 17 did an episode of Dingo Dan and kissed Rick Dalton. Thank you for this award.